channel. So today we have an exciting video. We're going to be talking about grad school and how you can pay for it. If you don't know by now, I'm currently doing my master's in mechanical engineering, so I wanted to come on here and share some tips that I think is going to be helpful for you guys, especially if you want to come to study in the US and you're wondering, how can I afford to study in the US? So stay tuned. This video is going to be packed with a lot of information and you don't want to miss it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lovelies and I make content about international students and how they can study abroad. I provide tips and any resources that I've learned in the past 9 years of being an international student. And I provide any helpful resources that I can find to aid your international student journey. So if you want more content like that, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share this video so it can reach more people. Yeah, so let's get right into the exciting topic of today's video. So there are a couple of ways to be able to pay for grad school in the US. It's relatively cheaper to do your master's in the US than to, say, do your undergrad. And it's even cheaper to do your PhD. But today we're going to be talking about master's education and how you can afford it in the US. So this is going to be like a series of videos where I cover different options for how you can pay for your master's education in the US. Today's focus is going to be on graduate assistantships. You may be wondering, what is graduate assistantships? Graduate assistantships are like employment positions on campus that allow you to work with a professor, be it as a teaching assistant or a research assistant or a non-teaching assistant, just help them with administrative stuff and other responsibilities that they want you to handle. So you work with a professor, you're employed on campus, and you gain professional experience while also getting some benefits like tuition waivers or tuition reduction, and you get to go for conferences or network with other people and, get stipends as well. You're paid for this employment opportunity. So it's a great way to be able to get stipends, meet new people, and also get tuition waivers or reduction for your school fees. So you may be wondering, how much reduction or how much tuition waivers can you get? I can only speak for the one I know of. So for my school does about a 52% reduction for your school fees, and the rest you handle it yourself. So it depends on your school, your location, and just there are a lot of factors that go into it. I cannot speak for every school in the US, but I know that a lot of schools do offer tuition waivers and tuition reduction if you're employed as a graduate assistant. And then for the monthly stipends that you get, it's not a stipend per se, it's a payment for your work as a graduate assistant. And that differs again based on the funding that the professor that's employing you has, or the department that's employing you has, or what the school has allocated for that particular position. It depends on a bunch of factors, and it could range from like $1,000 to like $3,000. I've heard of grad assistants who are getting up to $3,000. So it depends on a lot of factors, but that's generally the range you can expect every month from working as a graduate assistant. And so you could use this money for your living expenses. If you already have your living expenses covered, you can save it up towards your tuition to pay the rest of your tuition off and things like that. So it's at your discretion what you want to use the payment for. How can you obtain graduate assistant positions? How can you obtain a graduate assistantship? There are a couple of ways to do it. Some people, when you get admitted on campus, they talk to professors on campus and see who has funding and who is doing interesting work that they want to work with. And so they approach the professors and talk with them. And if the professor has funding and a position available, they employ them as a graduate assistant. And you can also apply through the school's website. Based on my research, it seems it's also possible to apply for graduate assistantships when you're applying for admission. So again, I think it all depends on the school and their policies around this or how they navigate graduate assistantships on campus. So to obtain one, if you have someone that has gone to the school that you want to go to, you can, and they were graduate assistants before, you can also reach out to them and they can put in a word for you with the professor. And if he's employing, or maybe if they're graduating and that position becomes available, they can propose you as the replacement. And that way you have a position secured before you even come to campus. And it's also possible to get to campus first and then see what is available, and then, go about getting their assistantship. But yeah, there are a couple of ways. Either you apply online through the school's career website, or you can talk to professors directly. This one you would have to be on campus, or if you have somebody who is already on campus, they can navigate this one for you. And you could also apply when you're applying for admission to be considered for graduate assistant positions. So there are a couple of ways to go about it, but I highly recommend getting a graduate assistant position if you're an international student, because it slashes your tuition by more than half, right? For my school, it's more than half. So I highly recommend getting a graduate assistant position. So that way you reduce your tuition fee load and also get some money that you use to taking care of yourself every month. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I will see you guys in my next one. The next video, we're going to be talking about loans, student loans, and how that can enable you to afford tuition for master's education in the US. So yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be an impactful video. Thank you. Bye.